An orb coming out of the sky and then leaving scorched earth behind. They take off with this thing. They're circling it just like the plane, and then they're gonna... Y'all, I've never seen UFOs like these. We're jumping right into downtown New York City, June 28th, 2026, where a witness noticed this strange orb of light appear in the sky, and they started recording immediately after they checked their Skyview app and Skyguide app and saw that it's not a star, it's not a satellite. They checked with local authorities and apps to see what planes are flying around. There should have been no planes or anything in the air, except for that one that hovered above it for just a second, flew by. So what is this? It left the person absolutely shocked because it's already hard to see things in New York City because of the light pollution. But they said this thing was clear as day. It was so bright that it actually caught their attention through the window for them to even start recording in the first place. One thing I do notice about this UFO that we've noticed about other anomalies are the colors flashing in it. They're very different. We get quick flashes of pinks and greens and blues and yellows, and just colors that aren't FAA like red and green lights. So what is that? What is in our skies? Stranger still is this resurfaced clip from LAX, December 18th, 2024, where witnesses actually captured a strange triangular craft over the airport. And this is, I brightened it just a little bit so we can get more of that lighting, but this is a clear triangular shaped craft. It doesn't look like three lights in Delta formation. It looks like one craft until this happens. The lights seemingly start separating and a new flashing red light appears between them. And even though that's above an airport, still no explanation. It's absolutely wild, and that lines up with the time we were seeing the weird events in New Jersey. What's more interesting is that it actually reminds me of a recent sighting in Brazil, June 27th, 2026, where they captured this strange craft. As they start zooming in, at first I thought it may be a triangular craft, but the closer they get, the weirder the sighting gets. What even is that? What's that weird nebulous thing holding all of those lights? And what are all of those lights doing? I've never seen anything like that. It looked like maybe there was a cloaking mechanism fail there. Then another resurfaced clip from September 11th, 2009, where Luna Cognita uploaded this wild UFO raw footage. And it is very, very interesting what they captured. What I love about this clip is that it's older, so we're going to rule out AI. Although there is still CGI and various effects you could use, this seems authentic to me. There's a little bit about it. You see how it just disappeared there? Luna Cognita actually did some great analyzation. They reduced shake. They get coloring in as well a little bit later in the video, and you'll find something very peculiar. Before this thing vanishes, and you can barely see it here, but you can kind of make it out, you'll notice that there are about 3 or 4 little orbs around the craft, seemingly spinning around, or I mean, honestly, I don't know what they're doing. Again, this one has a little more contrast, so you'll be able to see those other little orbs better. They'll appear darker in here. The reason I'm pointing it out, and look at it, there they go right there, and I find it so fascinating, is that these 3 orbs surround this thing and rotate around it before it vanishes, very much akin to the MH370 flight from Malaysia that vanished. You guys remember that video where the 3 orbs appeared around the plane and then zap, they were gone? That's kind of like what this looks like. Only instead of a plane, it adds another level of mystery. This is a strange or anomalous craft in and of itself. As you saw there, it kind of looked like they jumped upward. They didn't just vanish. They went up so quickly that it's barely noticeable, but you can really see it in the contrasty video. Sorry to just cut off there. I feel like that adds credence to this as well, because if it were an effect, you'd be able to see it all the time, not just through filtration and coloration. So I find that fascinating. But back to what I was saying is that it's not an airplane disappearing like MH370. It's an anomalous craft, And in my opinion, when it comes back on the screen, guys, take a look. Let me know in the comments below. It looks like the jellyfish UFO that used to always go viral that we've seen so many of now. Look, we get a really clear shot of those strange orbs before they take off with this thing. They're circling it just like the plane. And then they're gonna, there it goes. You see how it went up? You see how now we get a stabilized shot with better contrast and zoomed in. You see that this thing actually takes off at absurd speeds. It doesn't just vanish. And again, this isn't something, look, there you go. This isn't something you could just see in the regular video. Luna had to actually really go in here and enhance this video and add the contrast and slow it down in order for you to actually see that happening. And again, I feel that that adds a lot of credence to the video, and I think it's absolutely wild. And if those orbs made that craft disappear or took it away, they took the plane away? Could it be that those little orbs were a completely different species or different entity altogether than whatever the original craft was, and they were like, no fly zone, bye? Because that's what it looked like, and we still don't have answers about MH370, so I don't even know what to think about this. And there's more, as LuckyJ151 posted in the UFO subreddit that they actually captured something very anomalous in 2025, and they shared video. An orb coming out of the sky and then leaving scorched earth behind. Their video does have full commentary, so I want you guys to smash like, let me know what you think in the comments below, and enjoy.
So, you can see the road I drove down right up there. That's the plateau we were on. I'm standing where we saw the light. It's the burn circle. This is where a craft landed before. However, when I was here just a month ago, it was fully grown. There was plants everywhere. And as of today, when we saw the light again, it looks totally different. So this is the tree that was burned to the ground. Originally, the first time. It's 6 feet across. And if a fire did this, I don't understand how it didn't burn the tree immediately next to it. So the burn circle actually does look different than the last time I was here. So the last time I was here, all that nightshade over there was growing in the circle. That wasn't that long ago. Something has once again disturbed the ground in this odd location, and it's full of charcoal bits. It turned that whole tree into chunks of charcoal. Any pieces of the tree that were left were blown out to the perimeter of the circle. This might be a common landing site. And so it could be the craft last night was smaller. That cat's claw is still there. It didn't destroy that, but it knocked out everything in this area. This is so weird.
Very intriguing, and I would love to see more. My only thing is I want them to test, like take a car to that part of the road, put the headlights on. I want to see what the headlights look like from that angle. Maybe it was an illusion. That light may have not been what they thought it was, but it did leave some scorched earth, so that leaves me asking questions. And I want to know if you have those same questions in the comments below. Guys, if you made it this far, smash like. I'll see you in the next one.